As we mentioned, this property had several open violations, and tenants tell CBS 2 they had reported structural problems in the past.
All of this raising questions for some New Yorkers about the safety of their own buildings. Our team coverage continues now with CBS 2's Ali Bauman. Ali.
Well, Maurice, we don't yet know what caused this collapse, but we do know that this property had 7 open violations with the Buildings Department and over 100 open violations with the Department of Housing Preservation. And this is a problem that City Hall says they just do not have the manpower to address. So before something like this happens, what can residents do if their building is slowly crumbling? No one could have expected this Bronx building to collapse the way it did Monday, but tenants say long before the writing was on the wall, or perhaps the ceiling.
The ceiling actually fell in.
A big line is a crack, and they just cover with the plaster.
In a 2020 engineering report, the same building's facade had been labeled unsafe, but not an immediate danger, with photos showing cracks all along exterior walls from at least 3 years ago up until 2022.
We're a city of millions of buildings and 500-something inspectors, so we will never, with boots on the ground, get to every building.
The Buildings Department can issue fines to landlords who do not make repairs in a timely manner, but the city does not have the power to put a lien on a building.
Without the ability to have liens on buildings, it is often difficult to collect those fines.
So how do you force the landlord's hand? John Monteau is director of the Tenants' Rights Coalition with Bronx Legal Services. He says if a landlord does not make essential structural repairs, renters should first call 311, then file a complaint with the Buildings Department.
And in this one, the city did issue violations. The problem is they're not enforceable now, but the city does have mechanisms to do it. It's a large legal process, which is why the city hired lawyers like us to help tenants get access to that stuff.
If a landlord continues to ignore these problems, tenants can organize a rent strike or bring their landlord to housing court.
We oftentimes bring contempt motions for actual damages for our clients. We bring harassment claims, which gets our clients damages, and we also seek civil penalties from the city.
And we reached out to the landlord here and have not yet heard back. Now, experts advise every renter in New York City should be checking for potential violations to their buildings through the Department of Buildings or the Department of Housing Preservation. And we have links to those resources on our website, cbsnewyork.com. For now, we're live in the Morris Heights section of the Bronx. Ali Bauman, CBS 2 News.
Ali, thank you.